Namaste students, my name is JVS Dr. Neeraj Holia, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jayoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. So in this lecture, we are going to study about the diagnosis and treatment of the tuberculosis. So this belongs to the subject medical biotechnology. So in the previous lecture, we have taken the introduction of the tuberculosis, what is the tuberculosis, and what are the signs and symptoms of the tuberculosis. So basically, this is caused by a bacteria, that is Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and this affects the lungs. So the bacteria may be latent or it may cause disease. Means the people, most of the people have the latent TB infection, and few of them develop the active TB. So what are the signs and symptoms we discussed in the earlier lectures? Or if it is in the latent condition, it will not cause any sign and symptoms, but when it becomes active in the body and multiply, the person will go from having the latent TB infection to being sick with the TB disease. So for this reason, people with the latent TB infection are often prescribed that they should also take the treatment to prevent them from developing the active TB. So the sign and symptoms depends on the severity of and the condition of the patient. So most common symptoms is the cough that lasts 3 weeks or longer, pain in chest, and blood in the cough or in the sputum. Other symptoms may include the weakness, fatigue, weight loss, loss of appetite, chills, fever, and sweating at night. So now talking about the diagnosis of the disease. So when talk about the diagnosis, first of all, the doctor will take a medical history. So if you are exposed to the bacteria, either by if any patient in your family or your friend circle, or you have been visited for to a TB hospital, then there may be a possibility that you may get infected by this bacteria. After that, the physical examination is there. Okay, so in the physical exam can provide very informative um, things about the patient's overall condition, and other factors that may affect that how TB is treated, that may be easy if the physical examination is there, such as if the patient is affected by some other disease, it have some other problems like the HIV infection or other such as the diabetes, cancer, or other things. So after the physical examination, if the doctor feels, then uh, it may talk or it may say to for the TB skin test or the TB blood test. The two kinds of test, the TB skin test and the TB blood test, it tells only that a person has been infected with the TB bacteria or not. Okay, so these are not very definitive type of the test. It does not tell whether the person has the latent TB or the progressed TB disease. Okay, so the TB skin test and TB blood test are the chances that the doctor may prescribe that these tests should be done is less. Okay, so other tests such as the X-ray chest, X-ray of the chest, and the microscopy of the sputum sample, these are important diagnosis techniques for the TB. So the Montex tuberculin skin test, or we can say directly the skin test for TB or the blood test, they can be used to test the Mycobacterium tuberculosis infection, but additional tests are required to confirm the TB disease. Okay, so Montes tuberculin skin test is just the antigens are given in below the skin, on the skin, and it will create a spot that will tell that you are sensitive or not towards that antigen. Means you have the infection of the bacteria or not. Likewise, the blood test of TB just say that this is present in your body, but it is in the latent condition or in the active TB condition. It is not confirmatory from this test. So the radiograph, chest radiography or chest X-ray is very good diagnosis techniques for the tuberculosis. So what is that? In that, a posterior anterior chest radiograph is used to detect the chest abnormalities. The lesions may appear anywhere in the lungs because the bacteria affects the lungs and it damages the lungs, and it creates some damaged portion that are known as the lesions. So the lesions may differ in size, shape, density, and cavitation. So these abnormalities may suggest TB, but cannot be used to definitively diagnose TB. So, however, the chest radiograph may be used to rule out the possibility of pulmonary TB in a person who has had a positive reaction to the tuberculin skin test or TB blood test and no symptoms of the disease. So one of the very good technique or very good diagnostic technique in this is the microscopy of the sputum. Okay, so in that we do the acid fast staining. Okay, so what is the acid fast staining? It is the staining, and it tells the presence or absence of the acid fast bacteria. So Mycobacterium family is belong with the acid fast bacilli or acid fast bacteria, and the acid fast microscopy is easy and quick, but it does not confirm a diagnosis of the TB because some acid fast bacilli are not Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Okay, so therefore culture is done on all initial samples to confirm the diagnosis. So somewhat detail about the acid fast staining should be necessary because it is very important staining technique, and it should be known. So in the acid fast staining, when a smear is stained with the carbamazepine. Okay, here the sample is the sputum sample. Okay, we prepare a smear of the sample on a slide and we stain it with the carbamazepine, and it solubilizes the lipoidal material present in the Mycobacterium cell wall. But by the application of heat, the carbamazepine further penetrates through lipoidal wall and enters into the cytoplasm. Okay, then after the cell appears red because the carbamazepine gives the red color. Then the smear is decolorized with the decolorizer, and what is the decolorizer? It is the 3% HCl in 95% alcohol. Now the acid fast cells are stained due to the presence of large amount of lipoidal material in the cell wall, which prevents the penetration of decolorizing solution. The non-acid fast organism lack the lipoidal material in their cell wall, and due to which they are easily decolorized and leaving the cells colorless. Then the smear is stained with the counter stain, that is the methylene blue, and only the decolorized cells absorb the counter stain and takes its color and appear the blue, while the acid fast retain the red color. So acid fast bacteria will be shown as in the red color, and the non-acid fast bacteria will be blue in color. So that is the acid fast staining. Okay, so this was about the diagnosis. Now we are talking about the treatment, how the treatment of TB is there. So because in TB cases there are drug resistant cases also. For all patients, the initial Mycobacterium tuberculosis isolate should be tested for the drug resistance. So it is crucial to identify drug resistance as early as possible to ensure that the effective treatment should be given. So the TB disease can be treated by taking several drugs for 6 to 9 months, and there are drugs currently approved by the US FDA, Food and Drug Administration, for treating TB. Of the approved drugs, the first line anti-TB agents that form the core of the treatment regimens. Okay, that includes the isoniazid, rifampin, ethambutol, and pyrazinamide. Okay, so these are the core treatment regimen. Treatment of the drug resistance TB, because drug resistance TB is caused by TB bacteria that are present to at least one first line anti-tuberculosis drug. Multi-resistance TB, that is MDR TB, is resistant to more than one anti-TB drugs and at least isoniazid and rifampin. The XDR TB is also there. XDR stands for the extensively drug resistant TB. Is a rare type of MDR TB that is resistant to isoniazid and the rifampin, plus any fluoroquinolone and at least one of the 3 injectable second line drugs, that is the amikacin, kanamycin, and capreomycin. So the prevention is very good over the treatment, but the effective treatment is also available. For the XDR and the MDR cases, it is somewhat difficult, but the satisfactory results are there of the DOTS. What is the DOTS? DOTS is the direct observation and the for the effective treatment. So in the DOTS case, the treatment is given to the patient and that is observed, that it is given or not, it is taken by the patient or not. So this is a very good proven cost effective treatment strategy, and it is named as the DOTS. It is a combination of technical and the managerial component. Managerial means someone is engaged to manage that the drugs are given to the patient. Okay, so the DOTS quickly makes the infectious cases non-infectious and breaks the cycle of transmission. And using DOTS, it also prevents the development of the drug resistant strains of the TB and are often fatal and almost 100 times more expensive to cure the simple TB infection. So the WHO in 1994 announced the strategy of the DOTS, and the DOTS was the directly observed treatment short course strategy. So the DOTS stands for the directly observed treatment short course strategy. So it is very helpful treatment in for the tuberculosis disease. So this was all about the diagnosis and treatment of the tuberculosis. Hope you are satisfied with this tutorial session. If you have any doubt in a query, you can write in the comment box. And this session is powered by Digital Version 2, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Thank you.